doing?
So my landlady wants to put carpeting in my living room, which I'm not super stoked about. But she said that like she can kind of like hear me walking around in the middle of the night, and her bedroom is right below my living room. And I know we're not as good little socialists. We're not supposed to like landladies, but like she's a nice old lady, and I don't want to wake her up in the middle of the night, so I'm okay with it. And this morning, she brought in the carpet guy, because she wanted me to like choose which color carpet I wanted, and she was introducing me to the carpet guy, and she was like, "This is Chris. He's a tech genius," because my day job is I'm a coder, frankly a bad one. I'm not very good at it. And so I was kind of just like, oh yeah, not really. And then she said, he's also a comedian. And my theater training kicked in. I don't think I showed anything on my face, but my blood froze.
What?
I don't know. I didn't ask any follow-up questions, but I didn't want to. I don't know.
How does she know?
I have no idea.
Wait,
Will.
are you fucking kidding me?
I'm not kidding. He's also a comedian. Will is wearing sunglasses inside for energy. He just whipped them off to look at me. Like,
yeah, no, I got myself all vibed out for this. I was having trouble like accessing like what I felt like would be like strong podcast energy. So I went into the other room and put on a tank top, then put a distressed black denim jacket on over it, and then popped on some sunglasses and gave him the double finger guns when I came into the room.
Yeah, and then I told him this story.
And now there is no chance I'm going to get this cool guy energy back.
Isn't that terrifying?
What the fuck?
Liz, if you're listening to this, that stuff about the mice last episode was a very funny joke. It was a very funny joke. I have done nothing that would have let vermin into your house. And don't look in the alley. Don't look in the alley, Liz.
Holy shit.
I know.
What the fuck?
I'm hoping my mom just mentioned it to her in passing.
Oh,
that's
yeah,
what because my mom was over about a week ago, and I'm hoping that was it. But it's also possible she just Googled me, and that would be a nightmare.
Oh my God.
I said this might happen.
Dude,
Will.
wait,
last week you were like,
God.
your landlord doesn't listen to this, Chris. You're being ridiculous. Who's crazy now, Will?
See, this is why I use a stage name.
Yeah. It's an excellent point.
Because, you Google Will Wood, you only get Will Wood. But you're not going to Google Will Wood if you're doing a quick background check when I'm signing a lease.
Right.
Well,
her attitude towards me hasn't changed at all. She's still like aggressively, almost concerningly nice. So like,
well, she's probably just kissing up because she knows you're a big shot celebrity comedian,
big famous comedian.
Yeah, and tech genius.
And I think a tech genius comedian.
God damn, terrifying.
I'm just gonna keep going as if it's not the case. I'm just going to assume that she either did a quick Google or my mom mentioned it in passing.
Well, good luck. Good luck. I'm worried for you.
I'll be okay.
Okay.
It's a monthly lease, but I'll be okay.
So maybe that's why.
Maybe that's why.
She knew that those artsy types, they can be a little bit rough around the edges. She wanted to give you the month-to-month lease so that like she could kick you out if you started bringing a bunch of queers around or something.
Right, exactly.
Yeah, if you started like, getting a little bit too weird, too wild, she could just kick you to the curb because she knows how those, archetypes are.
Just have my friend who keeps pulling up in his black Mustang. He's just like,
she's going to end the lease because she thinks that your friend vibes like a douchey Batman wannabe.
Yeah, something along those lines.
Well, that's possible.
Yeah, so that's been me. I'm trying to if anything else disgusting and pathetic has happened in my last life in the last week of my life. Because I always feel like that's pretty good fodder.
Yeah, I've got nothing myself.
Yeah, fair enough.
You've
just been kind of playing BioShock.
Mostly just been playing BioShock. letting filth pile up in my house.
Nice.
Keeping a close eye on my rat's tumor. What else have I been doing? I went out to dinner last night with the guys from Human Zoo.
Okay.
They took me out to like thank me for directing their music video.
It's nice.
Yeah, it was very nice of them. Sweet guys. And Spencer showed up. They made a point of saying like, "Hey, we're gonna go to like a pretty nice place, so make sure to wear a collar." And of course, two of them showed up in a button-down shirt. Spencer showed up in a kimono.
I love him.
Yeah,
he's so good. I wish I had a better relationship with Spencer. That rules, dude.
Yeah, it was a powerful energy. He had like a crystal medallion hanging over a black t-shirt, and then just like an open, flowing, like ankle-length kimono with like golden trim. It was beautiful.
I could just imagine Spencer being like, "You told me to dress up." Like,
yeah, and purple sunglasses. It's just he's got such a powerful energy everywhere he goes. And they made the reservation under the name Rachel.
That sounds about right.
There was nobody by the name of Rachel in our party. So that's just a thing they do. I don't know. The menu at this place that we went to,
right?
It boasted that the steaks there were all wet aged for at least 21 days. I don't know what that is.
It's like, I know that what is it's like that sounds wrong and gross.
It sounds like it sounds like they've just been soaking in some stuff for a few weeks.
I feel like the thing with a dry, like you just like a wet. That just sounds like you forgot to put in the fridge.
Right, exactly.
It kind of sounds like you left that steak out.
Yeah.
And now you're selling it for 4 times the price.
Right, that's the thing is like the idea just being like, we have the finest steaks. They are wet and old.
It's like,
we let them be soggy for no less than 3 weeks.
With a dry aged steak, there's all this process. You have to like have like a temperature controlled room. You have to like strictly regulate the humidity of that room.
Yeah.
We're more holistic about it. We just kind of leave them out in the back of the kitchen.
Yeah.
Just kind of next to the dishes.
Look, we wash the bowl before we fill it with water and throw a steak in it. But that's what we do. We throw a steak in a bowl of water.
We throw the steak in a bowl of water and we wait until the flies lose interest. Yeah, we kind of...
You just throw them in there for 21 days, give or take, a few weeks.
Yeah, and then we just kind of like loosely cut off the fucking moldy bits and slap it on a hot grill.
Yeah, that's... And I don't know. Look, there's going to be somebody who knows a thing or two about wet aging.
Yeah.
And is going to hear this and be like, shut the fuck up.
I feel like I've watched YouTube videos about wet aging that I'm purposely blocking out of my brain to make this funnier.
I don't know anything about it.
I don't either. I can't remember. I just know that it's a thing.
I just know that
I'm sure there's a process.
It didn't make their quote unquote ultimate cowboy steak worth $65. Like it was good. It was good, but holy shit, that's expensive.
And I don't know, for a steak, that feels like steaks are just... I haven't had a steak in so long.
Steak is too expensive, is what it is.
This is look, I'm glad I moved out of my parents' house, but I have not had a steak in a while, and I can't imagine I'm going to have one in the near future.
I tried making steak at home, I guess it was like a year ago now, and I haven't tried again.
I used to be able to make steak.
Yeah?
I used to be able to, but I haven't done it in years.
Yeah,
it's not hard. You just kind of have to put it on, and then flip it. But you got to get the timing perfect.
See, I couldn't do it.
Yeah, it's either under or overcooked.
I don't know whether it was under or overcooked. I just knew it tasted fucking repellent.
Well,
to the point where I started to wonder if there was something wrong with it. But I checked the expiration date, and it wasn't. I think I just fucked it up.
What kind of steak was it?
It was like, I don't remember, but it was like a nice one. Huh. It's like I spent a lot of money because I was like, I want to try. I'm going to make steak for myself.
If I ever do get wealthy, that is going to be one of the rich guy things I will do without
buy really
shame.
expensive steak.
I'm just going to go to steakhouses all the time.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna adopt the Jordan Peterson diet.
Yeah.
Just like nothing but steak.
Just steak and Klonopin.
TikTok keeps, not TikTok, but like YouTube Reels keeps recommending me just like these videos of these women who are on carnivore diets.
Yeah.
And I don't, again, like they don't show any context. So like I don't know what the supposed health benefits of it are. But it looks like a dream. It's just like they're just having steak for lunch all the time, and it kind of looks like it rules.
I gotta say, that sounds very targeted to you.
It
That
does.
sounds like what the algorithm would pick
It's like
for
it
Chris
really
Dunn.
wants to
Check out these-
radicalize me specifically. It's
Yeah.
like, would you accept alt-right ideology if you could have a delicious steak for every meal
with a
I don't know,
girl?
with a girl? What if this beautiful woman who definitely eats things other than steaks?
Yeah.
Told me that's the other fucked up thing about Jordan Peterson's daughter is that I can tell that he believes he should only be eating steaks. She's eating other stuff,
Of course.
because she looks great.
Well, yeah.
She
doesn't have a fucking vitamin B deficiency.
yeah,
Like
she
tearing
does not
her
look
body
like a
apart from the
withered
inside.
skeleton. She looks like a healthy young woman.
Yeah.
Like she's eating something. Like there's not just steaks going into her.
Yeah, whereas-
which means she's lying to her father, which is hilarious.
Well, you kind of have to, wouldn't you?
yeah, you just in general.
To be a woman
like
in Jordan Peterson's life,
yeah.
you know, whether or not he's your father.
You know what? I can honestly imagine just like being like, just like coming home for Christmas and like knowing that your dad is going to be like weird to you because you're a woman.
Yeah.
And just like off the top of your head being like, oh yeah, no, I've only been eating steaks.
Yes,
And it just kind
Papa.
of snowballs. Like it gets way out of hand.
Yes, Papa, I've been eating my meats.
No, I only eat steak, actually, Dad. Is that good? Do you love me? Like,
I stay out of my husband's drawing room. Yes. I feel like that's specifically a Jordan Peterson rule. Like, I bet that like he does not let his wife into the drawing room.
yeah, exactly. It's like very even worse.
I told you not to disturb me when I'm in my study.
Like he seems like the kind of dad who, like, if the whole family is like hanging out in, I still want to say the drawing room because it's rich and there's a fireplace, but I guess it's just like a rich guy living room.
Yeah.
Like if everyone's hanging out in the living room, he strikes me as the kind of dad who would walk in, look at everyone, smile and laugh, and then politely ask them to clear out so he can read the paper in peace.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like everyone is having a good time and he appreciates they're all having a good time, but that good time now has to end so that Papa can have quiet while he reads the news.
Yeah. Yeah, it does. He has that vibe. He also has the vibe of, if you are all in the living room together, that you're not allowed to leave without asking him first.
Yeah.
You know?
Yes.
You have to say,
you have to be dismissed.
yeah, may I be excused? May I be excused, Papa? And you know, and he'll say yes, but you have to ask.
And he will like ruthlessly gaslight you into thinking all that's normal.
Yes, absolutely.
Like he's like, this is like, it just like frames it like it's like standard behavior that all families should be engaging in.
And also, it's you know, the law of nature.
Yeah,
you know?
exactly.
It's
just
deeply
like,
wired into our subconscious
you're
minds.
conscious that Papa needs his alone time for the paper.
Yeah,
It's just like since the dawn of man, like
yeah. It's just a basic part of evolutionary psychology. You know.
yeah.
It's classic Jungian archetypes, you know. when Carl Jung wrote about Papa's special time alone with his paper.
I wonder how many times Jordan Peterson's children have had to like they've had to like and like, hey, why, Papa, why can't I XYZ, and just have had to like endure an hour-long lecture about Jungian archetypes.
Right.
It's just like it's
Where are you going, young lady? Dressed like that? Don't you know that's the mark of the evil uncle?
in Joseph Campbell's Hero with 1,000 Faces.
I have nothing today.
Yeah, kind of me too. I kind of thought I would get more out of that thing I said at the beginning, but it only lasted like 30 seconds.
I think I need to act like we're kind of starting over here.
Okay.
I need to get that cool guy energy that you
cool guy energy that I sucked from you.
You destroyed. You just so thoroughly eradicated.
Right.
Because I'm still wearing sunglasses. I'm still, you know, wearing my tank top and distressed black denim jacket. And I'm still...
I said you kind of had like either... I said like mid-COVID John Mulaney energy, or also kind of like Howard Stern energy.
I can't do Howard Stern.
Which is similar energy, honestly.
I don't know Howard Stern's
Neither
energy.
do I. I'm kind of just going off his visual vibe.
Well, I'm going to be
just like a guy who wears sunglasses inside.
All right, I'm going to be cool now.
Yeah, you just be a cool guy. That's the thing. It's like the guy who is wearing your outfit right now would not be concerned about whether or not this is going well.
That's true.
You know, you would just be kind of in it.
All right, so that's going to be my angle for the day.
Yeah.
Do you want to answer some questions?
Yeah. Let's do that.
All right, if you want to.
You can always tell when we don't have stuff to talk about if we actually get to questions within like the first 20 minutes of the podcast.
We've also been hanging out for a few hours, so most of the things we would talk about are just kind of we've already spoken about them.
Yeah.
And so the spontaneity would be lost.
All right, let's get into some questions early. Let's get into some early questions. Let's see what we got here. I'm speaking to make it so there's less dead air.
I could talk about the fact that I think I was too harsh with my dismissal of the idea of doing a U2s.
Oh yeah, you wanna walk back that a little bit.
You know, I was trying to while I was saying it.
Okay, then I pointed it out, and I kind of maybe
shouldn't have. You encourage some
okay.
of the fuck that energy,
right?
But it's not your fault. I'm still the guy who expressed the feeling, and the more I think about it, the more I'm like, the idea of like a plush Willwood being in people's homes,
right,
makes my skin crawl.
Yeah, no, I get that.
And I find it to be like just antithetical to everything that I have always kind of expressed. But like if they were down to do like a figurine of me with my rat, the devil has his ways.
It's very endearing. Your posthumous quest to make Mr. Boy famous. It's very cute. It's like to
listen,
make him a big deal.
If they were going to do a Mr. Boy thing, whether it was me with Mr. Boy on my shoulder, like that picture, or if it was just Mr. Boy, you want to give him a third eye and a little bowler hat.
I like the idea of just Mr. Boy.
Look, I'm going to talk to them. I'm going to feel that out. Be like, hey, listen, I'm weird. People who buy my shits, they're weird too. We're going to have to get weird with this if you want this. Make me a rat.
Make me a rat.
Give me a rat so that I may revive his spirit. I miss my dead rat. I miss my dead rat, U2's LLC. I miss my dead rat.
Give me a new rat. Pay me in rats.
That's honestly, if they were willing to do a rat, not a plush. I still think that the plush is weird, but if they were willing to do something rat related, I might be down to do it. Give the proceeds to charity. I really don't want to. I'm really not doing it for the money, but
you just like you said it to me. So you just want one. Mm-hmm. You just want a little vinyl figurine of
Mr. Boy.
Of Mr. Boy.
Yeah. No. If they could just do one, I would do that.
Right.
But I don't think they just do one.
Yeah. No. I don't think they're trying to. I don't think this is a special gift for you.
No. I don't think.
I think that they look at you and they see your monetary value.
Mm. No, it's not. They're not looking at me and going like, "What a good guy."
No. They're like,
we like that guy, handsome, fresh-faced boy. We think we want to give him a rat. We're going to give him a stuffed animal of himself from 6 years ago.
Right. No, what they're thinking of is like, this guy's Instagram followers look like they like to buy shit. Like, is probably closer to their kind of, I don't know, maybe that part's also in the uncharismatic edition. Is that rude? Should we not, if you're potentially going to do business with these people?
A lot of this maybe doesn't belong either. I mean, part of me is just like, I don't know. Like I'm cool with people knowing that like I'm torn about the idea.
Yeah.
Because like, yeah, my first initial response is like, yeah, what the fuck? U2s, that's the weirdest vibe ever. I mean,
because you're not a YouTuber.
Right. And like they don't only do
God
YouTubers,
forbid anyone
but,
think you were one.
Dude, listen, nothing grinds my gears harder than when people refer to me as a content creator. Yeah. That makes me want to rip my own dick off and throw it at a wall. And
just think what an incredible content that would be.
That would be good content.
I think that would get a lot of views.
Yeah, you know what? You want to open up your the Instagram? You just take my phone.
Do it quick.
Just take my phone real
Instagram
quick
live.
so I can tear my dick off and throw it at the
Tearing
wall.
your fucking cock off your body for the fucking views, baby.
And so, like, you know, part of me is like, yeah, no, if I'm ever going to convince people that I'm not a quote unquote internet musician, because people think I am one for some reason.
Well, you know.
What?
Because you mostly put out your stuff. Well, you know what it is, because you're a musician in 2023.
Yeah,
that's what
you were
that's
about
what
to
they
say.
are.
Well, because your music's on the internet,
right? It's
like everything's on the internet.
I guess you're not an internet musician. If I guess like internet musician is just like the new unsigned. You know what I mean?
Maybe.
Like, I think that's just kind of what it is now.
It's a good
Which
point.
I guess it's better than it was before, because like it was just like there was like no way of breaking in if you weren't signed, and now at least you can trick a math problem into making you famous.
That's fair.
Without having to like pay a huge company and give them half your money.
Yeah, but you know, I don't want people to equate me with like quote unquote content creators, and so like I don't love that vibe, but also if they make a rat,
Make a little rat.
They make a rat, I might want the rat, and I might be okay with other people having the rat.
You know,
I can't stress enough that I don't give a shit about the money for it. I would I would pledge right now that I would give the proceeds to charity.
Right. Well,
but I do want the rat.
If you don't, because if you don't say that explicitly, then what it kind of looks like is that you were like, "Now fuck YouTube's," and then YouTube's was like, "Here's fucking $10,000,"
Right.
And you're like, "I am doing a collaboration with YouTube's."
No, people need to know that I haven't, that the thing that has tempted me is not riches. It's rats.
It's rats. It's just the idea of you having more fake rats in your house.
Yeah, I need more Mr. Boys.
Just need more fake rats. You need more. So far, it's only been individuals creating effigies of your dead rat.
Yeah.
Now you need a successful company to make effigies of your dead rat in a Chinese factory.
And just by the thousands.
By the thousands.
I want thousands of Mr. Boy. And then I'll be satisfied. So we'll see. We'll see if they're willing to make thousands of Mr. Boy, then we'll talk.
This is a weird time to be a musician, I bet.
This is very weird.
I keep seeing stuff on YouTube Reels of like these of indie musicians, and it's just like a 30-second clip of one of their songs, and they're doing a thing, but the text is always like, "Hey, can you like give us like a like and a subscribe to make so that like an indie artist can make it in this new ecosystem or whatever." And it's just so sad. Like,
yeah,
it's just like
I've seen a lot of people be like, "Did I just make Did I just make the new Greeblecore, Goblincore, Feral Energy anthem for fans of Mother Mother?"
Oh God,
it's like I look at it, I'm just like, oh no, go play guitar in a basement.
Yeah,
isn't that what you're supposed to? These kids these days, they don't know how hard we had it.
That was the Rona, dude.
I used
people doing basement shows still.
Drive,
that's the whole thing kids do.
I used to drive around in my Volkswagen all the way across the heartland of America, playing 5-10 people in strangers' basements, then sleeping on their couch while the host of the house gets blackout drunk and passes out in their car in 15-degree weather in the middle of Ohio.
And this is a good experience everyone should have.
This is what it's supposed to be. Not this weird vain grind.
It's like, no, you're supposed to. You're just like 90% of your time should be spent in vans with drug addicts,
right?
You're just like, if you're not spending almost all of your fucking career just driving around with junkies, then you're not a real musician.
Yeah, exactly, man. These kids don't get it, you know? these like new up and coming artists who just make their posts talking about what their song is and all that shit.
They've never even seen cocaine in real life.
No, and and it's fucked up. It's like it's so vain and narcissistic. Not like deciding to tell everybody that you're the next big thing and being so sure of it that you get up in front of people and play your music for them.
Yeah.
Just assuming that they're going to love it so much that they'll make you a living.
Yeah, no, it's totally different.
No, it's totally
It's a
different, and
different
that's
thing.
way more vain.
Oh, God.
It does feel very alien and strange to me.
Yeah.
But, like, of course it does. I'm 30.
Right.
Things are going to start doing that now.
It's all the time, constantly.
Yeah.
It's so... I hate it.
Yeah.
I hate it.
Yeah.
BioShock came out 10 years ago.
Don't say that.
Yeah, I know it did, though.
That's not
That's
true.
the thing.
Did BioShock come out 10 years ago?
When did it come out? BioShock came out 2007, I think.
That's a lot more than 10 years ago, Chris.
It's more than 10 years
That's
ago.
more than 15 years ago.
It's about 15.
And no, it's like 16 years ago. Yeah. No, that was it's a lot. It's closer to 20 than 10.
Okay.
You're way off by more than half a decade.
I'm 30. When did BioShock come out?
When
I guess
we
I
were
must have been
children.
I guess we were children. Yeah.
Yeah.
We must have been middle school or something.
It's fucked up. BioShock Infinite came out a long time ago.
Yeah.
And I'm playing it and marveling at the
like,
technological
it looks
advances.
incredible. It's like, look at these textures, these 10-year-old textures that are being shown on the Switch, like the weakest system, including like your laptop.
Yeah.
Like,
No, I'm looking at this. And I'm just like, wow, Elizabeth's AI is so advanced. She's not running into walls or anything. And it's just like, well, yeah, they got better at that, when you were in college, dude.
Right. I mean, her walk animation still looks like she's like a Disney princess.
Yeah.
She has this she does this like thing with her hands, and she kind of like skips a little bit.
Yeah.
Even like when she's like the fuck. Oh my mother locked me in a tower. And she's just like,
yeah. And like, look, she'll do that thing where like NPCs will go from just standing to suddenly being mid-run.
Yeah.
But like, still, like, if you like look at her for too long, she'll like look away. She'll be like, that was awkward, and like not maintain eye contact. And that's
cool.
like brilliant,
Yeah,
it's just
fun.
like me and a real woman.
Yeah, you just kind of stare at her
Until she's like,
kind of like,
okay, Mr. DeWitt.
how many polygons you got on there? Look at these graphics.
Oh, let's take a look at that wireframe. Yeah, give me a T-pose.
I usually don't say the names of the people that send in the questions, just because like I'm worried I'm gonna say it wrong and stuff. But this guy's name is Jack Pac-man, and I think that rules.
That's a badass
It's
name.
a pretty good name.
Yeah, that's a great name. It sounds like the name of like the protagonist for like a really badass 80s action movie.
It does, yeah.
Or like badass early aughts video game that's playing off those tropes.
Jack Pac-man has a bomber jacket and 2 guns.
Yeah, he's got a gun jacket and 2 bombs.
He's dude.
He's got a bandolier for a necktie.
Jack Pac-man.
He's got gloves covered in knives.
Jack Pac-man has never got out of a car that didn't explode.
No, it's a curse.
It's a curse. It's a horrible curse.
Every time
he mostly takes the bus.
He has to say a prayer before every Uber because he knows he's going to be sending the driver into the great beyond.
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, not that the car won't blow up, just for the driver's soul.
Oh, yeah, no. I wasn't saying... Look, he's used to it by now.
Right.
Every car that he gets out of explodes. He knows that there's no stopping it. He tried for a long time.
And why does he get in that Uber knowing he's going to finish off that Uber driver? Because Jack Pac-man he's a man on a mission.
He's got places to be.
He's got places to be.
And no driver's license.
No driver's license. He can't get one.
No.
Every time he tries to take a driver's test, the car blows up. He knows how to do it. He just can't get a license.
Yeah. No, every DMV he's tried to visit is burned to the ground.
You know, he got pulled over once, and he was like, "Sir, I'm going to have to get you. I'm going to have to ask you to get in the back of the squad car." And he was like, "You don't want to do that."
Is that some kind of threat? No, I'm telling you, for your own safety, officer. I can't get out of this car. If I get out of this car, you're dead. You're a dead man if I get out of this car, officer.
If I get out of this car and you survive, and you certainly don't want me getting in your car. Like,
and then, of course, the cop shoots him.
Right.
Because that's what cops do when you say something that's so clearly a threat.
Right.
Or at least to them seems like a threat.
Yeah.
You know, cops perceive a lot of things as threats and respond with death.
Yes.
And, you know, every time that happens, and it's happened a number of times, he's ended up having to explode a cop. And he doesn't want to do it. He's a big believer in the boys in blue.
Jack Pac-Man is a big Blue Lives Matter kind of guy.
Could you not tell based on the name? That's the name of a racist.
Right.
No, he's not a racist. I'm going to walk that back because I don't want to ruin the character.
Well, Jack Pac-Man, he looks around at this city and is disgusted at what he sees.
Right. It's not about you know right exactly. It's not about backing the people who kill unarmed black men in the street.
Right.
It's just about
getting rid of all these fucking junkies.
Right. You know what? It really is. It really is. You know what? He feels like a character from a video game that was partially sponsored by the DEA.
It's just like that weird 80s thing of like being addicted to drugs is like the same as murdering people.
Right.
Like it puts you on the same moral level.
Yeah, exactly. Jack Pac-Man,
you're a pest that needs to be exterminated like fucking rats.
Jack Pac-Man is a character invented literally by Nancy Reagan.
Yeah.
Jack Paxton is a drawing Nancy Reagan made in a fit of rage in the middle of the night one night.
Jack Paxman is the protagonist of like an arcade shooter.
Right.
With like the light guns and shit.
Yeah.
And it's just like, and it's mostly junkies you're killing.
Right. It's one of those arcade shooters where the enemies are actually just videos of people that they've green screened into the graphics.
Right.
Yeah. It's that game.
They use it to train cops.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. It was originally a game designed to train cops, but they found that it was too much fun. And
it was so fun.
They could make a pretty penny off selling it to arcades.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Jack Paxman asks.
Yeah. What's your fucking question, dude? I don't like you.
It's actually this kind of goes in a different direction than what you're thinking. Or maybe I don't know. Okay. Hey, fellas. Will there be any stay-at-home husband opportunities in the world to come? My dream is to never work again and cook for a pretty lady.
Get a life.
Okay. All right.
Grow a pair. That is not at all how I feel.
Yeah, I know.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Jack Paxman. Please don't get in and then out of my car. I don't mean anything. I really didn't. I really didn't mean that. I think that I think strongly abolish gender stereotypes. You want to be a stay-at-home husband, you fucking do that shit.
Well, that's the thing about Jack Paxman, right? Is that he spent so much time riding a bicycle across this great nation,
right?
You know, taking down junkies,
right?
And it's finally time for eventually, but everyone's got to hang up their spurs eventually,
right? Exactly. You want to find yourself Ms. Jack Paxman.
That's exactly.
You know,
that's exactly right.
It's sort of like Ms. Pac-Man,
right?
You need
it's the same guy with a bow tie, with a head bow and lipstick.
You need yourself.
You need to
with a pink gun.
You gotta have a Miss. You gotta Miss Pac-Man yourself,
right?
Which is cloning yourself and putting lipstick on the thing,
and
you just kind of.
And that way, you get to cook for a pretty lady every time you cook.
Yeah,
you know, you won't necessarily be able to, you know. You won't necessarily be able to be a stay-at-home husband because home is going to be a very relative term.
It's going to be a variable situation,
and staying is usually a bad idea,
right?
In the world to come, but if you can Ms. Pac-Man yourself,
yeah, you can be a flee everywhere husband,
right?
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
you could be a constantly on the run husband
to yourself.
Yeah,
and therefore, you know, at least you have a wife who's on the go. Because that's clearly what you're looking for. You're looking for a working woman.
Right, exactly. You know, you
become it.
Exactly.
You know?
That's a good point. Become a working woman.
Yeah.
Become the wife you want to have.
Right, exactly. You know, people always say, like, you're never going to find someone who loves you for who you are until you learn to love yourself for who you are. Unless you change who you are into the person you love.
Or you learn to love yourself so thoroughly that you no longer need that other person.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly.
You know?
What it really comes down to is you don't have an other half. You're already whole.
Exactly. So put on a little bow on your head, smear on some lipstick, and just start having whisper sweet nothings into a mirror.
Yeah.
Until your consciousness splits down the middle into two different people.
That's a brilliant idea.
You know?
Madness will always be just one small step away in the world to come. And if you can go mad,
right,
and hallucinate yourself as your own wife,
and then you're never alone.
You're never alone.
Mm-hmm.
And also, it's like you get to find somebody who you have a lot in common with.
Right.
Like
all of your genetics.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And like a body. Your body's the same body.
Yeah.
The same mind.
Jack, do you by any chance have an identical twin?
Do you have an identical twin?
Trans their gender.
Here's the thing, Jack. Do you by any chance have an identical twin? Are you sure?
Wait,
Are you sure that's an identical twin? Has anyone ever seen you and your identical twin in the same place at the same time? Think about it. Do you actually have an identical twin, or do you have, or do you actually just have dissociative identity disorder? And if that's the case, have you considered imagining a little bow and some lipstick on your hallucinatory identical twin?
Or if you need to stay in the illusion, just start putting that on them.
Regardless of whether or not your twin is there or a figment of your imagination, you should be putting lipstick on them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Put lipstick on your brother.
Put lipstick on your brother and give him a big smooch.
You want advice on how to survive in the world to come? Marry your sibling.
Marry your fucking brother.
You want to be a stay-at-home husband? Most surefire way to do
is fucking get hitched to your fucking identical twin. So
Jesus Christ.
This has been a rough one.
Yeah,
so
this
far.
has been a really rough one.
I mean, I feel like we've said funny stuff, but I feel like we've done so while tumbling down a rocky hill.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
I feel injured.
If doing this podcast is sledding down a hill, this one there's no snow. Like it's just we're making our way down the mountain, but it's like there's a big hole in the sled now.
Yeah, this is less Cool Runnings and more 127 hours.
Right. It's just like the scene from the fucking Revenant where Leonardo DiCaprio gets eviscerated by a bear.
Right.
Is what's happening right now.
Right, exactly.
It's very compelling, but also
you notice how I sat down?
Yeah.
I very rarely sit when we do this podcast.
Yeah, these days.
I had to sit down so I could focus on my mouth enough to make it so it didn't say terrible things.
Okay.
And it's not working. Florentin in the Discord server says, "Hey, Chris and Will, what will happen to our land in the world to come in regards to geology and plate tectonics? Will continental drift accelerate? Will we get fun new continents rising from the ocean? Or will the old ones be swallowed by the seas?"
All mountains are going to get tired and be flat. They're going to get sleepy and just kind of deflate.
You ever look at a mountain? Does that thing look like it's having fun?
No, it takes a lot of effort to keep up like that.
Look at a mountain. It's all pointy and rocky and shit. That's exhausting.
You ever see an illustration of an apocalyptic wasteland? It's always like a perfectly flat, just cracked earth for miles and miles around. And that's just because the mountains got tired.
Right. You might think that these images just take place in like Arizona or something. No. Mountains are gonna die.
They're gonna get all tuckered out.
Yeah.
Is there more? I say that to you. Like I was.
Mountains are gonna go to sleep. They're gonna go to sleep, and they're never gonna wake up. They're gonna go into a coma, and then there's gonna be some plate shifting, and then it's gonna make some new mountains, and they're gonna be really reluctant. They're gonna be like, "Oh fuck this! I don't want to be a mountain."
Right.
And they're going to have to keep that up for like a few thousand years because like mountains tend to last a long time.
And there's going to be a certain amount of debate where it's like, is this a mountain or is it a hill?
Yeah.
And it's going to be a thing people talk about on the internet. And you're like, is this... you know what I mean? Or it's like, is this what we're talking about?
It's going to be a new annoying identity politics discussion.
Yeah.
Just, are you a mountain or are you a hill?
It's going to be like that brief period of time where like people were like earnestly fighting with each other on the internet about whether cake or pie was better.
Yeah.
It's like that.
Yeah. Or like whether or not pizza is an open-faced sandwich. Or a hot dog as a sandwich.
Anytime I
Or
get
if cereal's a soup.
anytime I see an ad on Facebook or just like a suggested post that's like, who would win in a fight, Superman or Goku? Goku, here are the 5 reasons why Goku would win in a fight against Superman. I immediately block that page so that it never shows me anything again.
Good, that's healthy.
I think it is.
It says it says that to you because it knows that you might have something to say about it.
Right, but I don't is the thing.
No,
you know
of course
why?
you don't.
You know why I don't have anything to say about that thing?
Why?
Because they're both fake. They're not real. They're never going to fight each other because that wouldn't make any sense.
I don't know.
You know who wins in a fight between Superman and Goku? Whoever the person who's writing it says wins. They're literary figures. Whether or not they win their battles is based on whatever point the author is trying to make.
Not in the world to come. That's
true.
We're getting back on subject.
You're right. I accidentally just slipped into a thing that bothers me. And I had to
I just grabbed you by the arm and dragged you back in.
Yeah, Goku's gonna fight Superman for real.
I'm just going, shh, Chris. I have a friend who works in like a residency for severely mentally ill people.
Yeah,
and it feels like I was just giving that guy the potato salad he's been demanding for a week.
Right.
Like I feel like that was hush, Margaret's coming soon. Here, I have a sandwich for you. Yes, I can give you potato salad. No, your cigarette's at 11. It's only 10:30 at 11.
No, you're right. No, you're totally right, Chris. Characters are just extensions of the authors. That's what you totally get it. You're so right, Chris.
No, you're right.
Calm down. Go to sleep.
Except this time,
bye, babe.
Except this time, I'm agreeing with you that they're not real.
Right.
That the people that you're talking about aren't real. Yes, you're right.
Yeah.
Now we're gonna pretend that they're not.
Okay.
Because in the world to come, they will be.
They will be real.
Yeah.
And they're going to fight, and one of them's going to win.
You guess who's going to win?
I don't want to say. I don't want to cause controversy. Our next question.
Also, Goku like takes forever.
That's true.
To like do his like fucking thingy.
That's true.
With his magic ball.
He would get the Ka and Kamehameha out. And Superman would just like have his hand through his chest.
Yeah, Superman would already like have like turned back time by running around the planet backwards.
Right, exactly.
Which is so fucking funny.
It's just like that's he can do that. That's how that works.
Yeah. and then
well, yeah, if we're talking like Christopher Reeve Superman, everything's off the table because like that is a prime example of like the who wins, it's what the writers want to say. Because like that Superman can like give you amnesia by kissing you.
Right.
And that's just like a thing that happens. Like it's not set up in any way. He just kind of kisses her and then she forgets and we're all just like, because he's an alien.
Yeah, that's
like
that's the fucking funny thing about the Christopher Reeve Superman is that they really did just like they really just brought that out of nowhere.
Yeah.
They were just like, hey, how do we undo this mess we've written ourselves into? I don't know. He turns back time. How? He runs around the planet.
I mean, like, I'm definitely not the first person.
But backwards.
He spins the planet backwards. I think that's like literally what happens. Is he moves around.
Is what happens.
He goes so fast that like it spins the planet backwards, which reverses time.
Yeah, that is exactly what happens in that movie.
Instead of just like
destroying
the whole world by like fucking 1,500 mile an hour winds, just like. The inertia of the Earth stopping, causing whole cities to go flying off.
Yeah, and tectonic plates to go smashing into each other, and volcanoes to explode, and the tectonic plates.
Yeah,
they are going to go fucking bananas, and there are going to be new continents, and it's going to be because when Goku and Superman are real and they fight, Superman's going to win by turning back time. By spinning around the Earth.
Spinning so fast.
Except he's not actually going to be able to turn back time because that's not how it works.
Right. So
Superman's
going to destroy the planet
because he was wrong. Superman is going to destroy the planet because he didn't finish second grade.
Right. Imagine trying to turn back time because your girlfriend died and accidentally destroying the entire human race.
Yeah. Selfish.
Imagine how embarrassing that would be.
It's super embarrassing. It's so cringe. Yeah, but
All right.
also,
So,
it's gonna happen.
anything else to that? What was the question?
I'm so tired. I don't know. Something about tectonic plates and stuff. Yeah, geology.
Right. Yeah.
Geology.
Superman and Goku are gonna have an epic fight.
Yep.
And they're gonna it's gonna fuck everything up.
Because Superman's fucking stupid.
Because Superman's a big dumb guy.
And he thought he could turn back time.
He's a good dude. His heart's in the right place, but he has the power of a god, and he's from Kansas.
Right.
So he's from Kansas, and he has a farmer's high school education.
Right, exactly.
So that might be bad to say. That's probably
he
wrong.
dropped out. He dropped out to do corn. And and be strong.
Yeah, he's a guy from Kansas with a degree in journalism. Like he doesn't know how physics works.
That's true. He probably does have a degree in journalism, doesn't he?
Yeah,
he is
right.
A journalist.
He's a journalist.
Yeah.
They don't talk about that very much.
What the fuck? Why is both him and Spider-Man? Why is they both journalists?
Because it puts them in a position where they have immediate access to like current events and like news and stuff. So if there's like a thing happening, doesn't make as much sense in the information age, but I'm pretty sure that's why so many superheroes are journalists.
Yeah, and the new Spider-Man, he'd be a fucking influencer.
Yeah, dude. I bet there's a fucking run of Spider-Man comics where that's a thing.
It's a terrible.
There's
terrible
100% chance there's been at least a 5-issue run of Spider-Man comics concerning his Twitter account.
I'm looking.
That's for sure, dude. So you want to do another question?
We attacked the heart. All right, let's Okay. We're not so different, you and I. You're a spider and I'm a goblin.
I'm like a goblin guy.
I'm a robot goblin thing.
We both got stuff in our blood.
Much like Heath Ledger's interpretation of the Joker, I also received a lot of inspiration from Tom Waits working on this role.
Oh, yeah, I guess he probably did, yeah.
I don't know. Or cigarettes.
Yeah.
But I guess what's the difference?
Yeah, if you want to, you can either listen to a Tom Waits album or just smoke a whole pack of Newports in one sitting. It's the exact same experience.
It's the same thing, yeah.
Yeah.
That's not true. Tom Waits is a delight.
He's a great, yeah.
Anybody out there who smokes Newports as their choice, you're a sick fuck. I don't know what is in, I don't know if you're an escaped laboratory experiment or what, because that is not something the human body is designed to be able to consume.
I'm not enough of a cigarette guy to know why Newports are bad, but I'm socially aware enough to know that I should never smoke them.
Listen, I've been smoking on and off since I was 15 years old.
Yeah.
I have ironclad lungs at this point, right. And by ironclad lungs, I mean lung cancer. Right.
The cancer has kind of surrounded your lungs in a way that actually makes them stronger.
In a weird way.
It's they've just kind of integrated themselves perfectly into the muscle. That's all that cancer is. It's just a runaway mutation, and every now and then,
it ran just the right amount.
It ran just the right amount.
It didn't run away. It just took a little jog and then stopped.
Right. It made your lungs. It really, in practical terms, your lungs are just heavy now.
Yeah.
They're just.
And look, is that great for my energy levels and my respiration? No.
But if someone shot you in the chest, it would bounce right off.
Well, and that's the thing, though, is that Newports are the only cigarette that can harm them, despite all that I've put them through, despite the years of training I've put my lungs through.
It's the one thing that still gets you every time. There's always someone stronger.
Yeah, exactly. A Newport cigarette is like my white whale, except I don't even wanna.
Right.
It's less like Captain whatever his name is going after the white whale, and more like if the white whale was constantly going after the captain. He was like, I'm just not going to sail anymore.
Right, exactly. Like that great angry beast rose from the depths of the abyss, bit your arm off, and you were like, well, fuck this.
I'm not doing that
my
again.
My arm's gone. I don't need to be. I'm gonna be a banker or something.
Hey, listen,
I'm done. I don't need to be on the sea ever again.
Queequeg, go home, see your family. My arm's off. I am not going after that whale again. That was fucking stupid.
That was really scary.
Yeah.
see that?
Yo, I'm going home, man.
That was like the size of like a bus at least.
That was a
like,
big fucking
it was
fish.
a big whale, dude. And it was like white. That's crazy. They're not like that normally. It was a scary whale. I'm going home.
Yeah, I'm not doing this anymore. That's me and Newports.
Yeah.
My relationship with Newports is the relationship between the protagonist of Moby Dick and the whale, except he knew to give up
Right,
after
exactly.
the whale took his hand or whatever.
Yeah.
Because one Newport and I'm done. Like I am complete and not in a good way.
Can I make you a suggestion?
What?
Maybe start smoking Newports.
Oh shit.
You know, just like because then you just smoke one and you're like, ugh, and then you don't smoke for a while.
No, that's
It's not gonna work.
No,
you'll just get good at smoking Newports.
No,
and then get cancer.
That's like saying like, hey, you know, maybe if you're addicted to heroin, try overdosing.
Yeah.
Maybe that'll help.
Right, exactly.
You know, you'll lose the taste for it.
It's like,
when you wake up gasping with a body full of Narcan.
Just like keep doing heroin until you get sick of it.
Exactly.
It's like your dad catches you doing heroin. It's like you're not leaving this. You're not leaving the garage until you shoot up this whole bag. Gonna make you sit here.
No. Enjoy. I insist. Sits down in front of you.
And you just
No. Keep going. I am not leaving this room until every last bag of black tar heroin is inside your blood.
His son's just slumped back in his chair, foaming from the mouth. Just
See, I told you.
He's like slowly choking on his own tongue, slowly turning blue.
See, kiddo. You know, I only do this because I care about you.
Kiddo.
Well, he's learned his lesson.
All right, sleep tight, bud. I'll check on you in the morning.
Hi, Chris and Will. What is the nature of consciousness and life in the world to come? How do our past experiences shape who we are? Can we truly forgive and forget?
Damn, dude.
Damn, dude.
Shit. Yeah, dude, that's fucking crazy. You know, I was watching this episode of Joe Rogan. There's this guy who was like talking about doing DMT, and he like asked a lot of the same questions.
That
was a weird bit. I didn't like that bit.
You're never going to be able to forgive or forget the guy who killed your father.
Yeah, there you go.
There's
That's a better answer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can't forgive or forget that.
And I also
People always talk about forgiving and forgetting, but what if you have to seek vengeance upon the man who took your father from you?
Yeah, I don't see how you forgive and forget that.
No.
I just really quick, I just want to say I feel bad for making fun of this person for posing philosophical questions. That's so shitty.
Well, I think they were joking. Like, I can only imagine that they knew what they were doing.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
You know, what happened? You know, when I was in my late teenage years and my early 20s, thinking about consciousness was like fucking rad, dude. That was crazy. Who's doing that? Oh, that's Will. He's always thinking about consciousness. He's crazy like that. Now everybody's just like, oh, existential this, existential that. You know, it's boring now. It's boring now.
That's the worst part about 2023.
Yeah,
that existentialism is hack.
Yeah.
That sucks, dude. On top of everything else,
right?
Is that like I can't like think about the nature of the universe without people rolling their eyes at me.
Right. That sucks. I want to do acid, have a revelation, and not have other people be like, "Yeah, we know, dude."
You know what it is? I think thinking that life has meaning is a very millennial thing.
Well,
you know what I mean? I think Zoomers are coming up like being like, what does life mean? Nothing. Obviously nothing. Look around, you idiot. It's clearly nothing.
Yeah, you know, shit that like was like,
but like what is the nature of who cares? Like, I'm hungry.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Yeah.
Yeah, really, if anything, that just goes to show how suburban my life was. That the exciting thing was I questioned reality when I was a teenager. Cool. See, for me, it was just like when I was in high school, nobody told me that hippies were all about psychedelics and expanding your mind and hallucinogens.
Right. They just told you that they were about not having jobs and stuff.
Right. And being dirty and
Right.
like protesting the government.
Yeah.
And so I was like, yeah, I like them. They seem like they were cool, but I didn't know that like, you know, they were using
doing
acid to
drugs.
be magical. Yeah, exactly.
Right.
Yeah. And then when I started doing drugs, I was like, holy shit, drugs are fucking crazy. These are awesome. And then it turned out, oh, that's why hippies were weird. And it's the same reason I'm weird.
It's, you know, I didn't do drugs until college.
Yeah.
But I was already I was still like big into all that stuff as a kid.
See, I wasn't
I don't know.
exposed to it at all, you know?
Yeah, I think honestly for me, I think it was just like being like a little pop science nerd of just like I don't know, there's something very that I find like very comforting about like just like humming at the same frequency of the universe, of just like all things ultimately being connected and that not being a metaphor. It's truth.
That's fucking
They were all just like made of shit that was like built in stars.
Yeah.
Like there are atoms in our body that are the same age as the universe.
Say more cool trippy shit. I love this.
It's what else? There's
we are the eyes of the world, man.
Yeah, you are in many ways you are the universe experiencing itself through itself.
Yeah.
And so despite the fact that you are a tiny speck living on an only nominally less tiny speck, you're still the only person experiencing the experience that you are experiencing, and that makes you profoundly important on a cosmic level.
We are all the center of the universe.
Yeah.
We are all the nexus of the angles of each diamond that shines.
And so like the mere act of existing is actually incredible and profoundly important, and that's part of why every human life has unmeasurable value.
Yeah.
Because every time you destroy a human life, that's a specific perspective that will never be experienced by anything and ever again in the whole vastness of the universe.
Fuck yeah. You know, I want this to be part of our thing. It's actually still cool to be fucking deep, bro. And it's a shame that it doesn't feel like it's cool.
Yeah.
But I guess it never really actually was. I think that probably everybody thought I was a weird asshole. So
that's entirely possible.
Yeah. Running around with face paint on, telling people that I'm God. Fucking
yeah, no, I think that was maybe. I think people. I don't think that. Yeah, I don't think it was like the Buddhism that people didn't think was cool.
No, I think it was
the malignant narcissism.
I think people didn't appreciate my cool, enlightened Joker energy.
Yeah, you're right. You're fucking cool cult leader vibe.
Yeah, man. Listen, I always told people that they were God too.
Right. You know.
Yeah, but they don't like hearing that. People think that's weird and uncomfortable, you know?
Right.
But anyway, this is a fun segment.
Yeah, well, I was about to...
This should be part of our live segment. Chris
right.
says,
Did we answer
Chris
the question?
says a bunch of deep, trippy shit, and Will fucking vibes out to it.
All right. Is there such a thing as fate in the world to come? Or do we have complete control over our lives? What is the role of... Oh, Jesus. What is the role of love in the human experience? How do we find purpose and fulfillment in a chaotic world?
This is kind of a building off that last one.
This is too many questions.
You have to find the guy who killed your father.
Oh yeah, I forgot we never actually answered the last question.
We kind of did, but like it's the same side of the question, the same sort of answer. You're looking for meaning in your life. Is your dad still alive? That's probably the first issue.
Yeah.
You know, if your dad hasn't been murdered by your enemies, then you're not making the right kind of moves. You have to be living a lifestyle that makes people want to kill your dad.
You have to create meaning in your life.
You have to create meaning in your life.
It's like I read in my favorite self-help book, 12 Rules for Life by Jordan B. Peterson. You have to let your sense of duty and responsibility guide you.
Yeah.
You need to, find your purpose By finding your responsibility.
By finding the man
By
who killed your father.
Right. By living what's truthful to you and dying on that hill.
Right. On that hill that
hill that your father died
on. You know, by dying in that hill in a deadly katana battle during a raging thunderstorm.
Right, exactly. I think he said exactly that.
Either you dying on that hill or the guy who killed your father.
Right.
One of the two.
One of you must die.
One of you must die.
I'm pretty sure that is the 12th rule for life.
So you have to kill the guy.
One of you
or the
must
man
die.
who killed your father must die?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And actually, I think it's if you see a cat in the street, stop and pet it.
It's about, that, and that's the thing. It's about finding, it's about finding internal motivation.
Yeah.
Because like money's not gonna last, material things aren't gonna last.
Yeah.
But the image of your father's face as that fucking katana blade erupted up through his chest.
Yeah.
That's gonna stay with you forever.
Yeah.
You
need to let that give you meaning.
You have to find meaning from that.
You need a mission.
You need a yeah, exactly.
Don't go around pondering. Don't sit at home wondering what your purpose is. Don't waste your time with that stuff.
No.
It's not going to get you anywhere.
Just start doing shirtless cigarette pull-ups.
Exactly. That sounds so unpleasant.
Just like Taxi Driver style in like a fucking dirty tank top.
Dude, anytime somebody's been working out and smoking a cigarette in a piece of media, for me, it's sort of like when you see an underwater scene in a piece of media and you feel like you have to hold your breath.
Yeah.
It's the same thing. I get like these weird like pangs where I'm just like, oh God, dude, your heart's going to explode.
You must be so nauseous right now.
You must be so fucking uncomfortable.
You must be breathing so much. Well, that's how you know he's serious about getting in shape.
Yeah.
It's like putting weights on your ankles when you go for a run.
Except it's so not. Your lungs are not muscles. Cigarettes don't make them stronger by damaging them. They just make them weaker.
Well, the science isn't in yet. I think that we should wait for the science to come in before we start making all these bold claims, William.
You're right. There probably isn't anywhere near enough scientific research on the effects of cigarettes on your body to tell whether or not it's a good idea to lift weights while smoking.
You will get lung cancer, but you'll get yoked before that.
It might be good for cardio.
That's what I'm saying.
Because it constricts your blood vessels and makes your heart pump faster.
Right. Yeah.
We're
burning more calories.
Exactly. Maybe the answer is to smoke while you run.
Yeah, dude. And just and again, just imagine like how sweet it's gonna feel when your blade punctures that fucking rat bastard's gut.
Yeah.
And you watch his fucking innards spill out all over that hill.
And then you put your cigarette out in his eye. And you never smoke another.
Yeah.
Because you fulfilled a purpose. And that cigarette, it was just filling a hole.
And I know what you're thinking. Once you've finally done it, once you've climbed that hill and you've stuck your father's blade through that son of a bitch.
Yeah.
How are you going to find meaning then? It's time to get adopted. You need a new dad. You gotta find a new dad, and you gotta get someone to hate you enough to kill him.
Yep.
Yeah.
You gotta. That's the thing. It's about creating purpose in your life.
Now, if you have a son, watch out.
Watch out.
Watch out.
Or maybe don't watch out.
Yeah.
Maybe if you have a son, maybe accept that you have a role to play in his story.
That's true. Yeah,
because
we're talking about finding purpose.
Yeah.
If you're a dad, your purpose is to die.
Your purpose is to maybe put yourself in a, maybe stop locking your doors at night.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Just like put yourself in a situation where you're easily assassinated.
Don't you
to
care?
give your son motivation? Is your son spending too much time playing video games?
Right.
Maybe he needs the right motivator.
He needs a push in the right direction. And sometimes you got to push them out of the nest before they're really ready.
Yeah, if he'd be spending less time on Fortnite, if he could just focus on those rat bastards who killed his dad.
Right.
Thanks, everybody, for listening to Life in the World to Come.
I'm so tired. Dude. We've been recording for an hour 109 minutes.
109 minutes?
Yeah, it's an hour 50.
Oh, it's an hour 50. Okay. Yeah. I'm so bad at knowing what 2 hours is.
You got to stop getting so drunk before you record.
I always get fucking plastered before we record. I just gotta stop doing it.
We're fucking...
just drinking straight ethanol. I should just do moonshine during a live episode like Dan Harmon.
I love that idea. I when you first brought up the idea of getting blackout drunk at a live event.
Right.
I was like, no, don't do that.
Yeah,
and
but
then I
you
watched the Harmontown movie, and I was like, oh,
I'm kind of getting it now.
Yeah, it's
I
about
can see how this could work.
it's about creating and unleashing a monster.
Right. Yeah, that's exactly what it was.
I want to see you crowd surf while rapping badly. That's what I want to see.
Man.
I want to see that so bad. I want to see
just
you
to get me drunk enough that I rap, period.
Yeah, I want to see you come out of your shell. I want to see you emerge from your chrysalis as a poisonous moth.
Maybe that's the thing. This is like the one that's like, you know, that's why like Dan Harmon was able to become a millionaire, and I, as of yet, have not been able to do that. Is that I gotta stop smoking weed and just get fucking blackout on Kettle One every night.
That's
of
the
my
thing.
life.
Yeah, as I think it's the weed. You
Right?
know?
It's too gentle.
Right. Weed
It
chills
doesn't
you
make me
out.
mean enough.
Right. Exactly. You need something that'll make you mean, gregarious, and
Right.
toxic.
Yeah.
I'm being
I need to get drunk in a way that makes me say fucking weird shit to my girlfriend while cameras are rolling.
Yeah. Exactly.
Me and Will have been talking about experimenting with live shows, and I
Yeah.
suggested that Will watch Harmontown to get an idea of like what like a cool like a good live podcast looks like.
Uh-huh.
And God, just like I rewatched it too. Just rewatch like it is insane. So much of how like my image of like my ideal self
Uh-huh.
is
Very close to Dan
I was
Harmon.
about to say based off Dan Harmon. No, is Dan Harmon. It's just like that's like who that's like who I imagine myself to be at my best.
I have to say,
Like-
there were some things that they were saying about Dan where I was like, oh, I get it now.
Yeah, like if I had forgotten, like, because like I
You
have
gave
this, like,
me a much deeper peek into your mind than I think you intended to by recommending
weird,
that
'cause
movie.
It's like because like I have this like weird deranged pride in being like a filthy, dirty little
That's
piece of shit.
exactly what I'm
and
talking
I
about.
had forgotten that I had just learned that from Dan Harmon. Like that I was just, I mean, I was already kind of a filthy little piece of shit, but just like seeing Dan Harmon just confidently be that and also be a millionaire
Yeah.
when I was like in college,
Right.
was like incredibly formative for me.
I think I have a similar thing with Josh Tillman,
yeah, I
where
could
it's
see
like
that.
I was like I developed like this interest in the idea of like, you know, just saying fucking whatever in an interview and just saying like, yeah, people are gonna read this as fucking bitter and weird and like, you know, and pretentious and rude, and I love that, you know, and like
yeah.
you know, he certainly paid a price for, you know, trying to make his interviews interesting.
Right, and so have you. Like,
Yeah,
it's
absolutely. Dude, there's so many
kind
people
of a
who
parallel trajectory there.
I love the difference between how people who have actually met me and people who haven't. Like,
yeah,
yeah.
it's so.
Like, I've seen so many people be like,
There's
oh,
such a
he's
gap.
so nice. And then other people be like, he's so fucking mean. And I'm just like, oh, shit, that's my fault. Like, I called the world parasites in an interview or something. Like, you know, I said humanity is a cancer or something in an interview while trying to be like fucking edgy and
Right.
like, you know, poetic. And now people think that's like really how I act and feel day to day.
See,
And they go like, oh, well, this is the real him because he dropped his old persona. I'm just like, no, I'm just not putting my feet up on interviewers' desks anymore and saying about how I like feet. If I'm in an interview, I'm still performing, you know?
The thing with me and Dan Harmon is like it's like it sucks that it has been long enough, because I don't think of Harmontown being that long ago, even though like I think it ended like 10 years ago or something.
Yeah.
Like it's kind of like I had forgotten the extent to which Dan Harmon formed my personality.
Yeah.
So it was like very weird watching that movie, being like, oh, that's why I feel that way.
Right.
It's like that. Right. That's where that opinion came from.
Yeah. Yeah.
Dan Harmon said that, and I was like, fuck yeah, dude.
Yeah. No, I'm like saying like that's the exact same thing with me and Josh Tillman.
Yeah.
It's like I'm trying to think of like a specific thing. He once said I can always, what was it exactly he said? I love when you can feel the pull quote for the article coming out of your mouth. It just tastes better. And I was just like, oh, that I want to be that. I want to be that guy. That's fucking hilarious.
See, that makes me that aspect of like notoriety makes me very nervous.
Yeah.
It's like how long is it going to be until we have like that YouTube's conversation that we had last episode and a fucking article gets written about it.
Oh God.
It's like that level of fame I never want to reach, where I just like say something offhand and some like bullshit who gives a fuck blog is like writes fucking 500 words about it.
Yeah.
That's
scary.
sucks. I
That's
do not.
scary.
I no.
Yeah.
Fucking no new listeners before that happens.
Yeah, just another reminder of why I'm not playing music anymore. You know, I'm down to be a fucking podcaster, but you know, bearing my guts, spilling my soul all the time, and having that be the subject of conversation, no, thank you.
He's gonna do it again. Don't worry, everybody. He acts all. He's a creative little boy, and he can't stop himself. He'll be back. You'll be back, bitch.
I've been making.
You're coming back.
I've been making sculptures.
Ooh, that's not true. But
Imagine
imagine if
the
it
bones of baby birds I find on the sidewalk. That's my new passion. Bone sculptures with baby birds.
I wish you would.
That's my new passion.
No, he's just kind of playing.
No more
playing
music.
BioShock.
No more music. Baby bird bones.
He's just gonna do bird bones.
Baby
Thanks
bird
everybody
bones.
for listening to Life
Oh
in
yeah, I
the World
forgot.
to
Yeah,
Come.
I honestly kind of forgot we were recording. Even to be honest. All right, we're out of here. Good night.
Wait,
What?
our intro and outro music is
Oh,
We
yeah.
Are the Allies with the Taxpayers. You can support us on Patreon at patreon.com/lifeintheworldtocome. Send us an email at lifeintheworldtocome@gmail.com, or you can send us a question on our Discord server. Thanks everybody.
Did you say the merch link?
Oh, and you can buy merch at lifeintheworldtocome.bigcartel.com. I'm gonna make some new stuff eventually.
And look, Chris,
I might turn Bobby Sugarbones into a poster. I feel like that would have made way more sense to do at the beginning. That shirt has not sold well. It looks fucking. It's a fucking weird looking shirt, and I don't blame anybody.
Do a new shirt.
I should just do a new shirt.
Fucking.
Or I should just I don't know. I bought more slots on Big Cartel. I don't know why I'm sticking to the only one new. I should just bring back the fucking "If you don't careful, you'll die" shirt, and we can start making money again.
You said it was a limited run.
It was a limited run.
Yeah.
But I could, if I wait long enough, I could just bring it back.
Yeah, I don't know. Listen, you do whatever you want.
Yeah.
Fucking. But what was I gonna say? Oh yeah. Also, Chris has pledged to put ads on the next episode.
Oh fuck! I said I would at least look up how to do that within the last week, and
that
I
there
didn't.
would be ads on the next episode.
Actually, no, because when
he
did
said
we
that
meet
if,
up last
he
week?
said that if he didn't,
We met up on
put
Thursday
ads
last week, and it's Tuesday
on the
now.
next episode.
So I technically have one
Not-
more day before that was a lie.
If we don't, Chris said that if you didn't put ads on the next episode, he would give me a foot job.
And now imagine, and now if I don't do that, you're gonna have to put up with a foot job from this guy. So Will's invested. He wants you to fucking get. Yeah.
Yeah.
He's terrified. I'm gonna give him a foot job.
Yeah, no,
The stakes are high.